Hello guys, welcome to a new video. So as you can see, I'm surrounded by three big lenses. Here we have the Sigma Contemporary, here we have the Tamron 150-600, and here we have the Canon L lens 100-400 Mark II L. So these lenses are pretty good at what they achieve, and in the following test you're going to see an example or focus test on all three lenses. I've also done a side-by-side visual video so you can see them side by side, and what I've found is the Sigma Contemporary in terms of focus is probably the quickest of all three. What happens is the Tamron starts to focus quite well, but it seems to be a little bit slower than the Sigma Contemporary out of the box. We haven't updated these lenses with any firmware updates yet, so we'll find out if that changes the results further down the road. But saying that, the Tamron focuses well, but the Sigma does tend to catch it up quite quickly, and the Canon does quite well as well, even with the 1.4 extender. I would say the extender combination is probably a fraction of a second slower than the Sigma Contemporary and the Tamron lens. So if I was to give you, who gets first prize and so forth in terms of focus speed, it would be number one would be the Sigma Contemporary, then it would be number two, very close, the Tamron 150-600 G2, and then lastly the Canon with the extender. I do think if you take the extender off, the Canon focus system will be equal to these. It's just slightly slower, but have a look in the examples that I'm going to show you, and it's up to you to make your own mind up, but I think it's very close between these lenses. As I've said in previous videos, focused acquisition is not super fast with these three lenses. You're going to get much faster autofocus capabilities with a prime lens. In terms of focus speed, you're talking in terms of acquisition of something that may be 10 or 20 meters away. Acquisition of focus is going to be approximately 2 to 3 seconds, which may be a bit too slow for many professionals out there, because acquisition of focus on primes tends to be within a second. So that's the difference really between having a good prime and having good telephoto lenses. Hope this video helped you out. Check out the video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. We're just testing the Tamron lens, this telephoto lens, which is the SP 150-600mm f5 to 6.3 DIVC USD G2 lens. We're testing the focus at the moment with this duck we've got framed up. We're about 20 meters away. Now I just want to test the focus speed. So we're going to defocus it. Its minimum focus is 2.2 meters, a bit better than the Sigma lenses in terms of minimum focus, but we want to test how it does in terms of speed. Okay, that's locked on. Let's go to infinity and test that. Locked on. Let's do this same test for consistency. Defocused again, minimum focus. And let's do that again at infinity. Okay, so that's the duck test concluded. Let's move on to the Sigma lens. Right, we have the Sigma Contemporary lens here. As you can see, we've got our duck framed up there at 600mm. We're going to test this Contemporary lens, which is a 150-600 f5 to 6.3 DG HSM Contemporary lens, and we're going to test the quickness of the focus as we've done on the Contemporary. So what we're going to do is defocus it. Now we are set up in photography mode, if you're wondering. So obviously what you're seeing is what's in the viewfinder on the LCD screen, that is. So this is the EOS R full frame, so we're going to defocus it, and then we'll be able to test how quick the focus is. So let's just do that. Defocus, its closest focus distance is 2.8 meters. Okay, locked on. Go to infinity focus. Locked on, really quick. And let's go to closest focus distance again for consistency. Locked on. And let's go to infinity focus again. And there you go. To my eye, I'm seeing excellent performance from the contemporary lens versus the Tamron, which is really surprising. So the next thing we're going to do, as a comparison, I thought I'd get the Canon 100-400 Mark II L lens, which I've got, and put the extender on, the Mark III 1.4, and we'll see how that does as well. Put it all together for you guys so you can see the examples, and let me know in the comments what you think, and please do like the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the stuff I'm doing. So let's get on with the Canon test. So welcome to this video, ladies and gentlemen. Here we have the Canon 100-400 Mark II L lens. It's an f5.6 aperture lens, so it's a slightly better aperture than the Sigma lenses, and the Tamron lens at 6.3 at 600mm. Obviously it's not quite 600mm because we're using the 1.4 Mark III extender on this, so this is going to get us out to 560mm on full frame. This is the EOS R camera, so it's a full frame sensor on the mirrorless camera that we're using. We're using the adapter, of course, and obviously I haven't updated the firmware on the Tamron and the Sigma lenses as yet, because we're testing how they are performing out of the box without having to update anything. So we've obviously got the Canon here. I want to defocus it just like we've done on the other lenses and see how it performs. So without further ado, let's get on with the test. This is 560mm, and we're focusing on that duck again. So without further ado, let's defocus the lens. Remember, it's 0.98cm, so it's got a better focusing capability. So it can focus a lot closer, so it should be slower because of that. So let's just try again. Okay, we're locked on. So let's defocus it to infinity. Okay, locked on. For consistency, let's do the test again. Remember, 0.98cm is the closest it can actually focus to. Okay, we're locked on, and let's do the infinity test again. Now this lens has a focus limiter on it, and obviously the other lenses also have focus limiters on it, but just for the sake of argument, let's put the 3 meter to infinity limiter on this lens and see if it can catch up with those other lenses. Obviously I've not used the actual limiter on the Sigma and Tamron lenses, because I want to see how they perform, you know, in terms of the entirety or the fullness of their focus capability. But just for the argument of sake, because this lens can focus a lot closer, let's see how quicker it is putting the limiter on. Okay, the 3 meter limiter is on, so let's defocus it. See if it's any quicker. Locked on, go into infinity, locked on, and let's go to nearest focus again, locked on, and let's go to infinity one more time. And that is the test concluded. Thank you.